Hello, this is Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech here with the top 10 cards for Dragons of Tarkir. Now, this video is coming out about a week before the release, right before the pre-release. I haven't got a chance to shuffle these cards yet, so these are my guesses. If you've got guesses, please list them in the comments. If there's anything amazing that I missed that I should be looking out for at pre-release weekend, let me know. I'm super excited about this set. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot different than the sets that we've seen recently. It has this wonderful flavor of giant dragons, and everything rotates around these dragons. It reminds me a lot of being a kid and seeing Shivan Dragon for the first time. This is the type of card that really captured the imagination of kids and is the type of thing that someone remembers for their whole life. This card is going to shape younger players into the epic battle that Magic the Gathering is. There's a lot of cards in here that are aimed at Commander. It's almost as if this whole set was designed to slow down Standard a bit and create really big, cool cards that can be used in Standard and can be used in Commander. I'm not sure how many of these are actually going to make it to Modern or Legacy. I've got a few guesses in the top 10, but it does seem like a much slower, more casual set overall, less speed. In the honorable mentions here, I've got a few cards that I think are going to see play. I'm not sure they've got decks yet. Twin Bolt at instant speed, 2 damage, can occasionally take out 2 creatures or take out 1 creature and do damage to somebody's face. I like the card a lot. Lightning Berserker, I'm really divided on the card. If you've got a lot of mana, it could be a lot of damage, but the red deck wins type decks usually have a small curve and not a lot of mana. So I don't think it really has a home at this point. The other thing is it doesn't fly. It looks like it flies. It's got wings. I mean, come on. It should fly. If it flies, then it's a much stronger card. Contradict is a weaker version of Dismiss. In formats where Dismiss is legal, Dismiss is much, much better. But if Standard slows down, Contradict could be a real card. Death Miss Raptor is interesting. I don't see a deck for it at all. It's very, very grindy. I'm going to give it a try in a few decks, but it's one that I'm going to watch because it's at Mythic, and if it finds a home, it could jump up in value. Now, the Bird Monk Defender here, this is one that wasn't even on my radar until I read Sean McLaurin's article. The fact that it cantrips with dragons in your hands means that you've got a great defender out there. I like this card. I'm going to try brewing with it in a blue-white control deck. Honorable mentions, I've also got Narset the Transcendent and the Gruul Dragon Lord. I don't think either of these cards are standard playable at this point, but it's really tough to tell because the metagame could really be slowing down. Narset doesn't have a way to protect herself. She's got a huge amount of loyalty here at 6, but she doesn't make an impact on the board. This is not what I like to see in a commander. Second, with the Gruul Dragon Lord here, it's 7 casting cost. Yes, it's got a huge presence. It's the type of card that kids or commander players are going to really like, but I don't see it impacting standard. So it's only made it to an honorable mention. Now on to the top 10. The red-black dragon Kolaghan, he looks amazing. This is what I want out of a 6 caster. When you compare this with the traditional Crawworm, a 6/4 with no haste, no flying, this guy is incredible. Haste, flying, other creatures you control have haste, and the ability to do 10 damage if somebody's playing a lot of 4/ofs that are creatures or planeswalkers. I like this guy as a finisher in an aggro deck. He's also going to make some people happy as a commander, even if that second ability doesn't mean much. The fact that all of your creatures gain haste matters a lot. The number 9 spot here, I've got Anfenza, going out on a little bit of a limb here. If there's an aggro white deck, a white weenie deck, she is going to be in it, and she's going to be really powerful. A lot of extra damage as turn 3, turn 4, you drop some extra creatures, and you bolster. In the number 8 spot here, I've got Scaleguard Sentinels. This is an interesting card to me. It's a 2/3 for 2, and it's got the ability to reveal a dragon and be a 3/4. A 3/4 for 2 casting cost is pretty amazing. There's also some other green weenies in here, so there could be a really fast mono green or green red deck that comes out of this particular set. The number 7 spot here, there's 2 cards that I want to be good, so I put them on here. I'm not sure either one is good. Silumgar's Scorn and Silumgar's Sorcerer both have very high potential. I really like counter spells. I was an original control player. If you can activate this and turn it into a 2 casting cost counter spell, it'll see a lot of play. Unfortunately, Force Spike is not counter spell. Without the right dragon backup, it's a really weak spell. Control decks often only have 3 or 4 different win conditions in them, so you have to find a creative way to activate this card. The Sorcerer I like a little bit more. Cancel has never been a great counter spell, but the fact that you can exploit this if you've got token creatures to use it as a counter spell is great. Worst case scenario, you end up sacking itself. I also like that it's a human wizard, so it might even see a little bit of play in cavern decks in Modern. I wish it countered any spell, not just a creature spell. If it countered any spell, it would be number 1 on this list. In the number 6 spot here, I've got Thunderbreak Regent. This is what I want out of a dragon. A 4/4 flyer that does damage when somebody tries to target it. This is great for the top end of aggro decks. I really, really like this card. In the number 5 spot here, I've got Sarkhan Unbroken. He has a way to protect himself, which makes him possibly a very strong planeswalker. He also ramps your deck and draws cards. If there is a ramp deck coming up, especially after we return to Zendikar, this guy's likely to be a 1-of or a 2-of in that deck. A mid-range way to stabilize the table and a way to ramp into better stuff. I really, really like this planeswalker in Standard. Don't think you'll see any play outside of Standard, but all you need is one good deck in Standard for him to hold value for several months or a year. The number 4 spot here, I've got Anticipate. I miss Ponder and Brainstorm. Anticipate is clearly not Ponder or Brainstorm, but it's very valuable in a delve environment. When you're trying to get cards into your graveyard so you can dig through time or cast Tasigur, the fact that it cantrips and gets you to the better cards in your deck is very, very good. I see this as a 4-of in control decks and in delve decks. Really nice calming card. I look forward to seeing the foil. I hope it's got an amazing foil. In the number 3 spot here, I've got the Gruul command. This has several different modes that matter. Your opponent can't gain life, makes it a sideboard card versus some decks. But what really puts it into a aggro deck is the +1/+1 creatures you control get until end of turn plus reach. The reach is probably not going to matter much, but the +1/+1 means that a horde or token deck could go over the top and end up killing somebody pretty quickly. I like this a lot, both in Standard and in Modern for aggro decks. In the number 2 spot here, I've got another command. I'm just a huge fan of these commands. The mana price is right on them. Do I think it's Cryptic Command? No, it's significantly different. It is 4 casting cost, has 2 modes. One of them's draw a card, another is counter a spell, albeit a creature spell. But it also gains you life, and in multicolored decks, it's easier to cast than Cryptic Command. I really look forward to dropping a Geist and then following it up with this command, maybe even living the dream someday, where I cast the command, bring back Snapcaster Mage, and then cast the command again from the graveyard. It's such an incredible card. I look forward to brewing with it in Modern and playing it in Standard. In the number 1 spot here, I've got a pair of dragons. They've really changed the environment with these larger dragons, and the effects on them can be very, very powerful. Silumgar has control magic on him, and this could be a win condition in a control deck. I'm definitely brewing with him. He's also going to be one of the best commanders to come out of this set. Really nice card. Now, the blue-white Azorius Dragon Lord here is a little bit different. It's going to take a while for people to find the right deck, but it's a great win condition. And when you start attacking, you're going to be looking at lots of cards and getting the best cards that you need in order to lock the game down. I like this as a win condition a lot. I just also have to say, the flavor in this set is amazing. Silumgar looked cool from a distance, and then I realized that Tassiger is hanging from his neck. How cool is that? Amazing story arc, great ideas, lots of fun in this set. From a flavor perspective, this is a clear win of a set. I'm doing an Ask Anything later this week, and one of the questions that came up is, when am I going to do another contest? I think this is a great time to do one. I'm going to do a contest where individuals name the top 2 cards that are going to increase in value. First, percentage-wise. Second, dollar-wise. List them in the comments. If you're correct, I'll do a pack opening for you on the channel, and I will send you a draft set or 3 packs of Dragons of Tarkir. Good luck. This is going to be a really tough set to do this with. You're going to have 30 days. You have to have your guesses in by the end of the release weekend, and then 30 days from there, I'll take a look at where the card value has really settled out, what has gone up the most. So look for those hidden gems on pre-release weekend and be prepared to make a guess on release weekend. I also just wanted to say thank you so much to Ifka from No Pun Included. It's a board game podcast. He did the intro that you saw to this video. It really makes me happy to have a fan of the channel who put together such an amazing intro. Happy to use it. Thank you so much. If you guys are interested in board games, go check his YouTube channel out. There's a link here to it. He does some great work. It's really interesting to find people who have that overlap between board games and Magic. The two communities are just more separate than I think they need to be. You can learn a lot between the games from playing games in the other particular community. Thanks. This has been Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech. We've got a patron pack opening coming up here in the next 7 days. We've got an Ask Anything that I'm already working on producing. And next week, we've got a special top 10 list coming up. So stay tuned for some great videos coming up here in the next week and a half. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate it.